All right, guys, believe it or not, this is our very last video. Oh, I can't even believe it. And then for our last video, we're going to be talking about area and perimeter. Now, I will preface this by saying area and perimeter is something that you started learning about in 3rd grade. We learned that the area is the total amount of space something takes up, and the perimeter is the distance around the outside. So if I have, and we're going to be doing all of this with rectangles, if I have a garden, all right, if I have a garden, the perimeter is, let me grab a highlighter. The perimeter is the part around the outside, like the fence. So we like to think about the perimeter as the fence. So one way that I remember this is I say perimeter is all the way around, add all the sides. Again, I'll say that again. Perimeter is all the way around, add all the sides. Okay, so that's how you find the perimeter. You're just finding the distance all the way around. The area is the amount of space inside. So now I'm going to color the area. It's all of this on the inside. All right, that's the amount of space that it takes up. Now we use area and perimeter a lot. Like for example, I gave a garden. If I wanted to put a garden in my backyard, I would need to know how much space it takes up so that I can purchase the right amount of soil to fill in my garden. If I wanted to put a fence around my garden so my dog didn't get into it, I would need to know the perimeter. We use area and perimeter a lot inside a house. If you're ever looking at buying a house, the houses are measured in square feet. That's how much space, how much floor space there is in the house. The perimeter would be around the distance. So if you wanted to put like the baseboards around the floor of your house, you would need to know the perimeter to know how much baseboard to buy from the store. Okay, another great example of area and perimeter. So these are both measurements that we use a lot, and they're measurements that are very closely related. So to find the perimeter, and perimeter we abbreviate with a P, we add all the sides. So it equals the length plus the length plus the width plus the width, right? The area is the length times the width. So to figure out these two measurements, we have to know the length and the width, and we can use that to help us. So let's just start with a really basic one. Again, we're always going to be dealing with rectangles, all right? If I have, let's say the length is 9 and my width is 4, okay? So my length is 9, my width is 4. Let's say this is my swimming pool, right? Because it's all blue. I want to know how much space my swimming pool takes up. So to figure out my area, I'm going to do 9 times 4. So that means the area equals 36. Now, I forgot to put this, but let's say that it's feet. All right, so this is going to be measured in 36 feet squared because we did feet times feet. So anytime you're doing area, your units are going to be in square units, okay, with that little 2 up in the air. That means square units. And you're going to learn a lot about exponents in 5th grade, but for 4th grade, we just need to know that area is measured in square units. But for perimeter, we're adding. And when we're adding, we don't put that, it's just feet, okay? So if I wanted to put a fence around the outside of my pool so that my kids don't fall into it, I would have to add 9 feet plus 9 feet plus 4 feet plus 4 feet. Okay, you could also do 9 times 2 plus 4 times 2. Some people like to do it that way. However, it works best for you. I usually will go, okay, well, I know 9 plus 9 is 18, and I know 4 plus 4 is 8, and then 18 plus 8, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So the perimeter of my pool would be 26 feet. Okay, so that's pretty basic, but we do get a little bit harder with it in 4th grade. All right, you did that in 3rd grade, what I just went over. In 4th grade, let's say I have a rectangle. Okay, I have a rectangle, and I know that this side is 8 inches, and I know that the perimeter is 46 inches. I want to know, well, what is that? What is the length? Okay, well, let's remember perimeter is all the way around, add all the sides. We know when we learned about quadrilaterals that on a rectangle, these two sides are the same and these two sides are the same. So if this side is 8 inches, so is this side. And if this side is question mark, so is this side. And if I add all those together, question mark plus 8 plus 8, I'm going to get 46. So I'm going to take what I know and use it to find what I don't know. All right, 8 plus 8 is 16. All right, so I'm going to do 46, and I'm going to take away the 16 that I know, and that's going to give me the 2 question marks. Now keep in mind, it's giving you 2 question marks. I want to know what 1 question mark is. So first I'm going to do that. 6 minus 6 is 0, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So I know that the question mark plus the question mark is equal to 30. And my question marks are the same. So if they're the same, what number, what doubles would I multiply together to equal 30? What number can I add to itself to equal 30? What number times 2 equals 30, right? 15 times 2 equals 30, or 15 plus 15 equals 30. So each of these sides is 15 inches. Okay, each of those sides is 15 inches. So again, we're taking what we know and using that to find out what we don't know. Let's look at another example of where we would have to take what we know and to find out what we don't. Okay, let's say I have a rectangle again. I know that the length is 6 inches, and I know that the area is 24 inches squared, and I want to know what's the perimeter. All right, you may be thinking, this is long, I don't know, right? Well, we know one of the sides is 6 inches, and we know if I take this times this, I'm going to get 24. So the length here times the width, we don't know the width, but 6 times the width is 24. 6 times what is 24? 4, right? 6 times 4 is 24. So now I do know this side. And remember, if I know this, I know this. And if I know this, I know this. Right? So now I can find the perimeter. 6 plus 6 plus 4 plus 4. And I add all that together and I get 20 inches. The perimeter is 20 inches. So again, it's important that you know what area means and how to find it, and what perimeter means and how to find it, and then you can use what you know to figure out what you don't know. All right, I will also show you guys on your FSA reference sheet down at the very bottom, you can see you do get the formulas for area and perimeter. Perimeter, they did it where it was 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. That would be the same thing as length plus width plus width. I like to do add all the sides because that makes it a little bit easier for me to remember which one is the formula for area and which one is the formula for perimeter. But I did want to show you that they do give that to you right here on the conversion sheet, but it's good for you to have those memorized. All right, if you have any questions, definitely let me know, and I hope you guys do awesome on this unit. All right, bye guys.